So we're here backstage at the Lancaster Grand Theatre just before curtain up, and we're here with Joe McElderry. Joe, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
It smells very nice in this dressing room. What have you got there?
It's my Wakiki melon candle, which sounds very Geordie when I say that. I take this around. I've just bought it. We had a different one before. Yankee candles, I love them. And what was the one we had before? I think it was some Sea Breeze one. And then that one ran out, and we've brought this one on the road now. It just makes the dressing room smell nice. This one actually smells alright, but some of them stink.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can't say the Grand stinks. Ellie, the manager, we love it.
This is quite a nice one compared to some of the ones. Last night was a little bit dodgy. Yeah, it was like a tube station, like a public toilet. But other than that, it's been alright.
And you've just been eating in city centre Lancaster. Have you been before to Lancaster? How did you find it?
I've never been here before. First time. The weather's nice. So yeah, it's been nice. I've just had a nice pasta at Spaghetti House.
Oh, nice plug for Spaghetti House, Joe McElderry. Great shoot.
Gluten-free I had as well. I was trying to be healthy.
You need to go on TripAdvisor with that now. Now, what's the show? Tell me all about the tour. How many have you done now, full tours?
So this will be my third tour in general. Second solo tour. It's called City Solar Live. It's a really fun show, actually. Just loads of new material that people haven't heard before, some that I've written. Loads of old material from all the previous albums, some of the classical stuff, some of the pop stuff. It's just a real kind of, I suppose, musical experience of my past 4 albums. It's been great, and with this tour, I'm not promoting an album. I literally just came out on the road to do a tour. So I've just been performing whatever I want to perform. It's been great.
As you said, 4th album. Not many people from X Factor get to that stage of doing a 4th album.
It sounds ridiculous to say that, because you'd think that people, once they have that opportunity, would be able to it would be easy to release 4 albums. But yeah, sometimes gets a little bit difficult. No, I mean, I've been very fortunate. I've got a very loyal fan base. You'll see some of them tonight. I've worked hard, and I've continued to work hard, but without a fan base, you can't do anything, and that they're the reason that I'm able to do it. So it's not really down to me, you know. It sounds weird saying that, but I'm willing to put the hard work in. But without them, I can't do it.
Of course, we've got to mention X Factor. You're not one of these people who says you can't mention X Factor in the interview.
No.
That was your platform and your party company, and you're out and you're in control more now, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, you know, like people, I find that strange. You know, you come from a show like that, you can't expect to not talk about it, really. You know, like, it was the biggest break that I had. It was me break into the industry, and it was it still is. It's always going to be a massive part of my career, and an amazing experience as well, you know. And I just feel very fortunate that 5 years down the line, I can still come out on the road, and people turn up to the shows, and people buy the albums, and supporting us, you know, and working on a 5th album at the minute, and you know, I feel very fortunate to, you know, 5 years. It sounds ridiculous because it's not that long, but in the music industry, it's quite a long time. So I'm aiming for 10 next, then I'm aiming for 20,
and then the 20th reunion, you'll be back. The Joe reunion.
Well, yeah. Well, hopefully not a reunion. I'm just hoping that in 20 years' time, I'm still doing it. Yeah.
I mentioned X Factor because I did a big show with a certain X Factor group from last year's show, and I was told not to mention the program at all.
Well, that's a shame, isn't it? It's a shame. I think, you know, for me, it is it's not about moving away from it. It's about showing growth from it and progression and development. And by not talking about the show, that doesn't do that. So I've always got nothing but positive things to say about the show, because I wouldn't be sat in this room right now on this tour without that show.
Every show you go and you win. What was it like, Potstarter or Upper Store? Because you came out of it a fully fledged. You know, did your voice change because you actually made an album?
Yeah, 100. I mean, I thought it was going to be a bit of a joke, that show. If I'm being completely honest, I thought people would just laugh at us and they'd think, "Oh, isn't he hilarious for trying that out?" I didn't actually realise I was going to have to learn it, and I got a shock when I got there. But at the end of the day, again, was one of the best decisions I ever made career-wise, because it opened a whole new fan base, a whole new genre of music, and there's some classical stuff in the show tonight. You know, it's become a massive part of my career. So I'm not an opera singer. We'll say classical crossover, because then if I make a mistake, I don't get judged.
So you're not going to ski off the stage singing operas now?
No, to be fair, the Bell Trophy, it did make a few appearances at the first 2 shows, but it's too heavy to carry around the rest of the country. So we did ring the bell on the stage at the start of the tour to kick it off. But I'll be skiing next year, and hopefully in my own leisurely time, instead of hurtling down a jump in front of the nation.
It's like, I came third once in a skiing race when we went skiing at high school, and everybody thought it was brilliant. The reason why I came third, I couldn't stop.
Sometimes it's an advantage. It is.
Snowplow.
They tell you, as long as you can snowplow, that's all.
Looking forward, at the end of this tour, what's plans for Joe? You're working on the next album. How's your life at the moment? What's the next plans? What's your diary like?
I finished this tour end of June, and then I have the whole of July off. Well, most of it, and then I'm going to try and go away somewhere, and then we'll have a load of autumn dates we've just announced. A few Christmas shows coming up, and in between that, I'll be working on the album as well. So not a lot of time off, but I'm going to have a summer month, shall we say, of some partying and sunshine and relaxation.
Good, because I mean, how many dates in total on this tour? 60 something, isn't it?
62, I think it is. Yeah, and then we start again, I think, around September, October time with a few dates, and I'll probably have to think of a whole new show. I'll have to come up with a new show. Yeah, new title, new show. I haven't come up with that yet. We've just announced a few of them. But yeah, I'll think of a new show.
Cool. Okay, and lastly, what do you think of Lancaster and the Bay Area? Have you been to the lakes yet? Because this is Northwest, you're from Northeast.
We did Ulverston at the start of pretty much at the start of the tour. Great audience. And I've spent a lot of time in the lakes from being a young kid, so I made the trip over the A66 today, over Bozemoor, and
quite scary.
Yeah, well, actually on the way to Ulverston a couple of weeks back, it was gale force winds and a lorry tipped over in front of it, and it was quite traumatic. It was lots of dramas in my life.
Listen, it's great talking to you, Jonah. You've got to go on stage in a few minutes, but thanks for talking to the Babe. Welcome to Lancaster, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you very much for listening, and I hope if you came to the show tonight, you enjoyed it.